Dignity, hello.
Hello.
Are you the one who just chatted and said you wanted to have a brief conversation?
Yes, real quick, just short and sweet,
All right, we'll
and
we'll have a
hopefully
short and
entertaining.
sweet convo and hopefully entertaining, and then we will. From there, I'm going to be probably not accepting any other calls unless you get chat mods, unless we get like a blatant hater in chat or something. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. So, just a short preamble. I've had some dog shit relationships, and I feel like maybe it's because I haven't talked to enough people, gained enough knowledge from other people. I'm 20 years old, and I'm sick of dating people that end up in the mental hospital and people that I just can't take care of. So, to you, you're married, correct?
Yep.
So, what did you look for in a partner before you got married when you were still in the dating phase?
It would kind of depend on my maturity level because it varied.
Well, the type of person you look for, at the time where you found your wife, like someone you'd actually want to like stay with for the rest of your life, not when you were a dumb fuck in like 16 or something.
Yeah, I think that um, I don't really know. I don't really remember. Um,
It's not like a specific thing like looks or maybe intelligence or um,
Well, yeah, that would
anything
matter
that.
to me. Of course, like I would want somebody to be attractive and smart and able to have a conversation. Because I mean, I've been with some people before that were like super fucking stupid. And those people are not fun to be with long term. So yeah, kind of like that. I don't know.
Okay, and um, so I talked to Sherry, and she said that sharing hobbies with someone else is very important for her. Would you say that that's a requirement for you when you were dating, that the person was kind of like-minded and shared hobbies with you?
Not really. No. In fact, I actually like having separation from the things I enjoy doing and the things my wife enjoys doing.
Why do you think that is?
Um, because I'm kind of a space guy. I like to have space, and I mean, even when I'm streaming, like I am talking to people and shit, but it's not the same thing as like engaging in a face to face conversation. Um, and yeah, I think that I do enjoy having some similarities. Of course, I don't want them to be like the polar opposite, but if my wife was like super into doing streams and doing videos and talking about politics, then I feel like that might not actually be what I would like.
Do you ever feel like there's a disconnect between you and your wife because she doesn't do that?
No, there's way more of a disconnect between me with my wife and what she does because she does data analysis and that's like mathematics stuff, and I'm shit at math. So usually
Holy fuck.
Carissa has a decent understanding of um, the politics stuff and what I'm saying and what I'm doing, and she usually like I'll talk to her about it, but when she tries to explain stuff to me, I'm like, okay, smile and wave.
Oh man.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that I mean that's a great answer. Thank you. Next up, when dating, when you were dating back in the day, what were some red flags that immediately made you stop pursuing the person?
The biggest thing that was like a red flag for me before I started being, I guess, a little bit more serious about stuff was if she started to act like she wanted to be really committed really fast. That always was a yikesy one for me. And
Okay, overcommitment.
like, yeah, like if it was, there were a couple different girls that were like, oh yeah, well, do you want to meet my parents or do you want to do this or wow, no, what was it? There was one girl that I'd been kind of seeing like here and there. And then I remember she told me that a guy hit her up and she told him to just not bother because she was seeing someone, meaning me. And I was like, wait, what? And then from there, that
Wow.
that actual that sort of relationship, sort of, I don't even think it would be considered a relationship, but whatever it was, that one just fucking crumbled, of course, from there.
Yeah, I could imagine. Holy shit. Well, did it also like go together with like clinginess as well, or I can assume so, right?
Yeah, I think so. And that girl was pretty clingy too. Now that I think about it.
would you put that as another red flag, or like kind of like a yellow flag?
Clinginess, yeah, that was always a little bit much for me. I always preferred to have more of the person who would either just like hit me up in a little bit here and there, or I would hit up here and there. They come over and then leave, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. A couple more real quick. Now that you're in this relationship, what are like the 3 favorite things that your wife does for you regularly?
Does sex count? I
I
think
mean, if it's regular,
that's probably a
then
given,
sure.
right? um, I don't know if I could pick just 3. There's so much about my wife that I love. I mean, I do really appreciate the fact that she's smart and insightful. I feel like we're able to both have really deep intellectual conversations, and she's able to challenge me in good ways, and I'm able to challenge her in some ways. And I feel like kind of us being together both brings out our better side more long term. Of course, sometimes she annoys me and vice versa. But for long term wise, like I'm definitely a better man after being with her for sure. So there's that, and then of course, I mean, her being a mom to my kids and her kids is fucking nice. And so yeah.
Is that something that you would like consider something she does for you?
Oh, you're right. This is like for me specifically.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that it's like a lot of what me and my wife do is more as like a unit or for the ultimate family unit. So, like, she's not working for me, but I appreciate the fact that she is working, because the fact that she is working is a benefit for me as well, because now the pressure's off me to make money no matter what I do on YouTube, and I can actually, take a step back and relax a little bit. And focus on the creativity side of things. So there's sort of like downstream benefits as well, things that she does for me that aren't like directly done just for me, but still benefit me in very unique ways.
I love the way you answered that question. You just flipped it around, and it actually worked really well. Yeah, it helped both of you guys. There's no like specific thing it's just for you, because it helps you both.
And it helps
Yeah,
the kids. It helps the
great.
family. Yeah.
Yeah. And then one last question. How do you know that you're the one fucking something up in a relationship, in an argument, in general?
How do you know? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't, and then, like, usually for me, it's like, well, usually I can look back at an argument I've been in and think of, like, a couple things that I said that was, like, really uncool. But usually I can also think of some things that she said that was really uncool that made me mad. So that's why usually it's like, just try and apologize for whatever you think you did wrong first. And then after I do that, and if she doesn't, like, initiate an apology, then I'm going to be like, well, you really did tick me off when you said this. And then I would go from there.
So it's not as much like putting blame on yourself or her. It's kind of just getting past it and working on fixing the situation.
Yeah, honestly, it's not so much as, this is all your fault. Because anytime you get in an argument with somebody you're in a relationship with, I feel like most of the time you can look at some things that maybe you did wrong too. And even if you think that your partner was in like the majority wrong, then maybe you could still try and find something where you're like, I could have done this better, just to be able to initiate an apology. Because if you're able to apologize for something that you genuinely recognize you could have done better, then it doesn't seem like you're blaming them or attacking them. But also at the same time, you need to be able to talk to them about what they did to upset you. You can't just let that kind of stuff fester. So like if a girl like says something really fucking stupid that makes you really mad, and then you respond, and then she gets mad, and then you start fighting, like, you might even think like, okay, overall this was her fault because of what she said was so fucking dumb, but like maybe the way I responded by getting so aggressive so quickly was the wrong thing, and then maybe I can apologize for that, or like kind of like that,
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're throwing out. Yeah. I'll take that in. And would it be all right if I use this this part of the VOD in a video making? It's part of my big dating manifesto, and be really interesting to include your take on it in the video.
Go for it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I really appreciate it then.
Thank you. I appreciate you jumping on here and asking the questions. Have a good one.
Have a good one as well. Bye bye.